very beginning, we understood that audience feedback would be essential to creating industry-level products. However, before we could get feedback, we had to ask ourselves a few questions to enable us to establish the right target audience. We needed to know who our target audience is, who our potential audience is, and what do they want. Answering these questions would refine our audience and would mean that when it came to collecting feedback, we would receive a variety of positive comments and constructive criticism. We decided that our primary audience would be within the age range of around 6 to 13, but due to this young audience, our secondary audience could be younger siblings, relatives, parents or guardians, older siblings or even grandparents that could be viewing with the child. From the Ofcom research we carried out and other research into children's TV dramas we did, we began to understand what our audience would want, inspiring us with the idea of having our opening sequence based around a high school and a cast of characters created from stereotypes. Then we needed to think about communicating our ideas to the audience, which we felt would be effective through the use of stereotypes. Stereotypes would enable our audience to connect easily with our characters and would create opportunities for the audience to relate to what subject or plot each episode had, creating relationships with our viewers and that way ensuring a returning audience. Before collecting feedback, we would need to decide which audience was most appropriate for feedback, the target audience or the secondary audience. We decided that both would give us constructive feedback. The target audience would give us a good idea of what they wanted, added in or removed from our products, and the secondary audience, majoritively older and therefore choosing what is allowed to be watched on TV, would give us a good idea of what they liked and didn't like, but most importantly, why. If the secondary audience are more likely to control the TV, then we need feedback from them too to ensure that they didn't switch over, meaning both of our potential audiences would provide us with effective and helpful feedback. We collected feedback in many different ways. One way was through SurveyMonkey, where we built a questionnaire of specific questions to get specific answers using a variety of opened and closed questions. The questions we chose to ask were designed to provoke constructive answers that would help to develop our products. The questionnaire made up of questions asking, how likely is it that you would recommend this children's TV drama to a friend or colleague? And what did you like about our first draft of an opening sequence to a children's TV drama? Enabled us to gather feedback that we could respond to, allowing us to improve our opening sequence, magazine cover and DVD cover accordingly. We learned a lot from our SurveyMonkey feedback, such as how to effectively gather feedback, how to accept positive comments, and how to take on board criticisms by turning them into creative changes, such as a comment we received on the question, what do you think we could improve on? The comment said, maybe the names or words on screen could have been better. This led us to change the fonts for each character, choosing fonts to reflect their stereotype. YouTube was another effective way we gathered feedback. We never predicted to receive this type of feedback from YouTube, as we did. However, after receiving such an unexpected amount, we couldn't ignore it as a source of positive responses. First of all, we received comments from YouTube viewers saying excellent, which was very encouraging. We also had over 250 views on our first draft video, which again was totally unexpected but was very motivating. We have 3 subscribers showing people like and enjoy our channel and want to know when new videos of ours are uploaded, which we took on board as positive and motivated us further. We learned from this that YouTube was a reliable source of feedback and was a website we could now rely on for positive comments and potential criticisms that we could take on board. We also received plenty of feedback from social media sites such as Facebook, where we posted our drafts and received positive comments such as I love it and it's amazing. People also commented telling us who their favourite character was. Our posts even got likes, and between all of our posts and shares we received 155 likes and 37 comments, which was really positive and inspiring. Here we learned that social media is a vital part of word of mouth distribution and could benefit our products massively. Peer assessment was another vital part of collecting feedback. Our peer marketing class was answering the same brief as us, making this even more important as the feedback would be much more constructive and informative. This feedback, compared to other more positive comments, was more critical and we felt was more helpful to us making effective changes within our products and blog, such as completing more blog pages. Our peer marker also suggested to us carrying out brand research, which led us to studying the Ofcom article and doing research into potential children's TV channels that could broadcast our children's TV drama, finding the right channel and plot for our genre. Overall, we felt this source of feedback was one of the most helpful, as we learned from it what changes we needed to make to not only meet the criteria, but to go beyond that and create an industry-level product. Target audience feedback from film viewings was also an essential aspect of our overall feedback, as they would give us a strong and honest idea about what they did and didn't like. Interviewing Jack and Molly for this feedback meant that we could nail down aspects of our products that they liked and potentially change what they didn't if it coincided with another type of feedback that suggested a similar idea. When we asked Jack what 3 things he liked, he said, "The music was cool, I liked that guy Hunter, and the ending bit was cool as well." This gave us the confidence we needed in our music choice, character portrayal, and graphics and ending. And when we asked Molly what 3 things she didn't like, she said, "I didn't like Hunter, the beginning bit was a bit long, and I didn't like the font of the names." Hunter wasn't a character we were willing to get rid of, but we could change the length of the opening clip, which we did for our final draft, and we could change the characters' names, fonts, which we also did for the second draft. We learned from this feedback how to creatively adapt comments into changes and learned how to convert other people's ideas and opinions into effective changes. Feedback from all ages also helped us as it allowed us to see what our potential audience wanted. Here we received a variety of positive and negative feedback that we took on board and made changes where applicable. An example of a change we made was when Abby, discussing our first draft DVD cover, said that the characters' uniforms blended in with the chalkboard background. This led to a creative change where we completely changed the background image from a chalkboard to graph paper, which we also used on our magazine cover, creating continuity. From our all-age audience feedback, we learned that gathering a wide range of feedback can be really beneficial to make the changes the target audience want, and the smaller but sometimes more effective changes our secondary audience suggest. Overall, from our audience feedback, we learned and understood how important effective feedback is when creating an industry-level product. We learned how to successfully gather feedback and recognise how valuable a wide variety of feedback can be. We gained skills when learning how to translate people's thoughts, ideas and suggestions into creative changes. We learned how to take on board constructive criticism to improve our products. We also deciphered how to base the success of a product on the strength of the feedback. To sum up, we allowed our audience and our feedback to inspire our thoughts and products, basing 100% of our changes on their recommendation. Without audience feedback, we couldn't have created the standard of product we have achieved, as the feedback acted as our other group member, pointing things out, advising our decisions and being openly honest, encouraging risky changes and supporting creative changes. Our audience feedback helped us to be bigger, brighter, bolder and braver, and are the main reason we managed to complete the product with such success.